Hello and welcome to SportsVision, the magazine on WTMB. Moi, Joe Palo.
Moi.
Mike Cragen. Fajita Palo and Ma. Bear.
That's
Cragen.
Pa. That's the male.
Pa.
This is
Ma,
the female.
Pa, kettle.
There's certain reasons why there's one that's a female, one's a male.
Yeah.
I want to explain
Tell
that
me
to
about
you.
it later.
I want to explain that to you. Hey, listen, we got some stuff for you this week. I tell you, we've got the basketball. We got Bradley McMinn action, girls and boys, a little bit earlier in the week. We have the region wrestling tournament, which is the big setup for what's going to happen this weekend. Then, of course, we have some middle school or elementary school basketball championships. They played several games. We were only able to get one due to a busy, tight schedule this week and following the wrestling all over the place. And let's say it right now, Fox 61, we're going to have that live Saturday. You're going to be there, and I may need you to come over there and help do something anyway.
Beat somebody up.
Whatever.
Somebody around.
Going to be some great wrestling going on. Watch that. We'll show you a commercial. Write it down here in a little bit. What times? 4 to 7. Get your pin. We'll remind you again. But first of all,
But if they have their chance, they need to make their way down to McKenzie Arena.
Yeah, Thursday and Friday.
Starting from Thursday.
That's right. That's right. All right, well, let's take off here with some basketball. We've got the girls, McMinn and Bearettes, going at it right away. As soon as Mr. Suter, we roll that tape here. There he goes. Sit down.
He's the magic man.
Right there.
He can make a basketball disappear.
Yeah, Brandy Scott made one disappear in the hit rim right there. And then Bradley's up 30-24 with 6 minutes to go. Lindsey Jackson with the long J. Check that shot out. Now the cheerleaders, they love it. Look at this action going on. Saying, hey, Bradley's up, and we like it a lot. Scott had a great game. Here she comes. Right here, driving the baseline up, and second effort, she's not done. Puts it up and through. Scott again, watch her penetrate now, right down.
I know Levi's proud.
Scott with the layup again. Cheerleaders, the moms love it. Had to show cheerleader moms. Got special requests there. And Jack
Speaking of moms,
says, hey, he likes it. They're doing well. Pickle now, watch this. Long pass to her, she stops, spins, shoots, scores, and right here we go with the free throw. She's going to get the foul and finish the three-point play the traditional old-fashioned way. There we go. Bradley girls win the game 56-46. And right there's Quinn Gibson say, I'm going to win the championship this weekend. Now, quiet for cheerleader ball. All right, here we go with the boys.
The one on the left, second to the left, looks very familiar.
More cheerleader moms.
All right, more cheerleader moms. Here we go. Bradley boys, McMinn. Everybody getting fired up. Bradley being introduced, McMinn being introduced. There's the Bradley guys with their paper.
They don't let them pay attention to McMinn being introduced.
No.
We don't.
All right, Bradley down early 4-0 until Kellen Pickle hits a three. Right there, good shot. Looking a lot like Jackie, huh? Bradley steals the pass.
Taught him everything.
Corey Pugh to Justin Hare just in time. Inside, 2 more points. Right there. Kent Smith looking for a call or 2 or 3. Come on. What game are you in? What town is this? All right, here we go. Wes Suter on the drive inside. This is to Pugh for 2. Hare with hit Pickle. Drives baseline. Off-balance shot gets 2 more right there for the Bradley Bears. All right, Hare here will dial long-distance MCI or 1-800-COLLECT. It doesn't really matter. Gets a 3. Bradley in a tight one, 15.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now? Second quarter. First points for Bradley. David Hobbs right there. Next time down, Hare gets his own basket for 2. Or his own bound, I should say, rebound for 2. Bears on defense. Pickle gets the steal. They drive the length of the court. Gets 2 more points for the Bears. Scramble here off the loose ball. Hare gets this way. Look at all this movement around.
And he hits
the ball.
Watch reverse.
Inside.
Reverse layup. That's
sweet. Sweet looking 2. Tied again. Closing seconds. And my goodness. That looked a little bit like you, Mike.
Yep.
Bradley leads by 3. 30-27 at the half. Bradley would go on to win in this ball game 62-53.
Hare finishes off a 3-point play.
Oh, goodness.
How about that?
Good ball game for the Bradley Bears as they beat
the Bears. And the Bears would end up beating, where are we? Here we go, we're back. Bears would end up beating Blue Tornado last night. They went to McCallie and swept a couple. The Bearettes and the Bears both winning. And of course, we got to keep up with the Cleveland Raiders. 27-1 now, the boys, as they end up beating Saudi last night, as did the girls.
And our boy Charles Little looking.
Everything
we taught him.
Wham, 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 wham. Tough. Let's wham over to a commercial. We're going to come back. We're going to talk wrestling. It's a big weekend, and a big weekend last weekend. We're going to show you. Here we go.
Our buildings and employees do more than take up space. We're more than just checkbooks and loan applications. We are part of this community, just as the community is part of us. Our people have been here for years. We've worked alongside you at the Heart Walk and United Way. We reinvest both time and money, which adds to the quality of life in Bradley County. Any bank can lend money. It takes a neighbor to lend a hand. First Tennessee. All things financial, all things Cleveland, all things community. Member FDIC.
Cleveland Chiropractic Clinic offers complete chiropractic care. Dr. Russell Smith and his friendly, dedicated staff can help relieve chronic back pain, neck pain, headaches, allergies, and also sport-related injuries. Cleveland Chiropractic Clinic has a licensed massage therapist on staff and 2 certified in-house x-ray technicians. Complete insurance filing is available and 24-hour emergency care. Phone 472-1140.
Don't miss the action, the excitement, the unbridled jubilation of the Tennessee Secondary School Athletic Association Division I Wrestling Championships live on Fox 61 Saturday, February 15th at 4 p.m. The best high school wrestlers in the state of Tennessee put their guts on the line for the right to be called state champion. That's at 4 p.m. Saturday, February 15th, live right here on Fox 61, Cable Channel 11. This SportsVision presentation is sponsored by Checkin' the Cash.
Checking the cash.
What excitement that's
Hey, that is going to be fun. How about that? And Fox 61 picked it up. What a service to the community, Chattanooga area, Cleveland area. It's actually going to show in 4 states. It'll get in North Georgia, it'll get in Alabama. So, I mean, great excitement. And, folks, we're hoping to have at least 7 Cleveland kids in the finals, and who knows, we may have more.
Awesome.
That is Cleveland area kids here, Bradley and Cleveland combined. And I'm telling you what, they set it up this weekend because they had their regions, and we're going to give you the places. We're going to show you what happened at the regions, but go to that. It starts at 4 Thursday, okay? In the round of 32, you'll get to see all the representatives. There's 27 from Bradley County that's going to be there.
And the
that'll
live
start on
broadcast
Thursday.
begins at?
4 o'clock Saturday, 4 to 7 on Saturday, Fox 61, Channel 11 here in the area if you got it. So here we go. Let's take off with it so we get everything in. We're going to show you how it got set up for the state tournament right now by the regions that were held in McMinn County in Athens. Let's take a look right here. First match, this is Andy Morris and Taylor Clement. Both these guys going to state tournament. Taylor Clement on top in the Cleveland blue. Andy Morris in the black for Bradley with the bear paw. Pretty good match right here. Clement will finish 3rd, though. Morris will finish 4th, and they are both qualifiers for the state tournament for Cleveland and Bradley, respectively. Right here, Andy Morris hasn't started until mid-year, but doing a good job. Bradley hoping he'll get some points, and Coach Al Miller hopes Taylor Clement gets some points. As Bradley and Cleveland have both been going for the team title. And right here, we're going to move on to 125 pounds. Johnny Ramos from Cleveland is going to finish 3rd at 125. So we're going to show you the consolation matches here first, and then we're going to show you the Bradley Cleveland matchups in the finals. Right here's Ramos on a recradle right there, going to score some points, and Johnny Ramos comes up big, finishes 3rd for the Cleveland Blue Raiders. But on to 130, Jimbo Nichols now having a tough time of it in this little bit we've got here. He ended up 4th right here. And he will qualify, though, for the state tournament. The top 4 in your region go. Joe, there's 8 regions. That's 32-man bracket. And a lot of Cleveland and Bradley kids going to be there. Right here at 3rd place, Drew Helmstetter at 189. Manhandling his opponent right here as he will finish 3rd, be a 3rd seed in the 32-man bracket at 189 pounds for Al Miller and the Cleveland Blue Raiders. At 215, Matt Bailey got upset. It was expected to go at least for the 1st and 2nd place match. Well, let's finish with Helmstetter there. I'm a little bit ahead of myself. Helmstetter with a nice takedown right there. Now we got Matt Bailey would pin his Cumberland County opponent and finish 3rd at 215. Bradley kind of thought he might get in there for 1st or 2nd, but does finish 3rd. But he's still going to state and can score some big points for Bradley. At heavyweight, this was maybe the match of the day. He's losing. This is Sean Grady. Got beat earlier in this tournament by this guy. Coming back, watch the clock. 0 time. See it tick down to zeros? Gets a pin. 5 points for Bradley, and that 5 points would be very big. Crowd erupted right there, and we'll tell you why here in a minute when we give you the final team scores. But 5 points for that right there for the team score on that pin by Sean Grady. Now we're showing Josh Cooper, a little bit out of sequence here. Josh Cooper going for 1st and 2nd against the Cookville kid right here, and Josh ends up 2nd. We'll show you the Bradley Cleveland matchups for the finals. Right there, Blake Tinsley and Danny Coleman, Bradley and Cleveland. Sean Cordell versus Pete Miller of Cleveland, Coach Al Miller's son. Sean Cordell of Bradley at 119. Then we go to 135. have met 2 times before in 2 good matches. Jesse Baker of Bradley versus Matt Morgan of Cleveland. So these are all finals matches in your region. Michael Cragen at 140 for Bradley versus Jameson Cagle of Cleveland. Dustin Catlett at 152 for Bradley versus Derek Harrison of Cleveland. These are all finals for both schools right here in the area. Quinn Gibson versus Jesse Odell from Cleveland. Tommy's his brother. 171, we got Nathan Jones and Bryant Blackman. So lots of Bradley-Cleveland action. First match of the finals right here, Bradley and Cleveland, and Danny Coleman. I tell you, he's on top of his game right now. Blake Tinsley, pretty good opponent. But Danny catches him right here, right off the go. Check this out. I believe 42 seconds, Danny Coleman would start it out with a pin and get Cleveland rolling because this was a tight match, and Bradley led barely. But after this pin, the first match, Cleveland now actually holds the lead as we progress here. Cordell now would have Pete Miller right here, and Cordell would get the first takedown for 2-0 lead at 119. These are championship matches now, so these men are going for first and second. Coleman first and Tinsley second in the 103. We're now with Cordell and Miller at 119. And Sean Cordell would come away with a win, but not before Pete Miller would battle. And Cordell up early here, 5-0. Has Miller in a tough situation right there, but Pete is going to get down again here 7-0, but he's going to come back. Got the crowd fired up. Watch this. Boom! Throws him out of bounds right there. Nice toss by Pete Miller, but it was outside the circle. Sean Cordell now going for the pin with the bar and a half and is getting some back points here. Doesn't get the pin, but does end up with a major decision. And right here, Pete Miller coming back, and the ref gives 2 right here at the end of that period. But Coach Loxley doesn't like to call, but hey, it was a great match. Lots of fight by the sophomore Pete Miller versus the 2-time state champ, Sean Cordell. All right, there's 2, first and second, Cordell and Miller. There they go. Now we've got a 125-pound match. We've got Mark Fuller was leading, was expected to win right here. Mark Fuller wanted to be a #1 seed coming in, but Mark Fuller escapes. He's going to get a takedown here, but he's going to come up on the short end of the 125-pound match. As watch right here, he gets a little high in legs, and if you don't run him right, this can cost you. And Mark Fuller is going to get put to his back. You're going to see Coach Logs in the background goes, oh my gosh, what just happened? Grab his head. Coach Laxton looking the other way, doesn't want to look at it, but Fuller takes second place. 130 pounds. Jake West looking to avenge the loss right here. This guy beat him 2 weeks ago, and West went from 1st to 5th in the rankings. He's wanting to get back up there to 1st place in the rankings. This is a man from Cookeville, and Jake West all over him. And I'm telling you, he does a good job. Ends up getting a technical fall, I believe, before this is all over. So Jake West qualifies in the #1 seed out of Region 3 for Bradley Central Bears. Bars. There he goes. Look at this. Moving forward. Jake looked like he had him stuck there for a minute, but Donnie Elsey says no. And Donnie's a pretty good ref, and the guy's shoulders look like they're a little bit up and off the ground. But Jake West coming back. Bradley's going to need some points out of him. Big match right here. Big match for the seeding in the state tournament as it turned out. Matt Morgan, Jesse Baker have had 2 barn burners. Baker being 2-0, but Morgan, watch this. Baker was able to scramble out of these situations in the first 2 matches, but right now Morgan gets 2, gets up in the lead. Now this would turn out to be the best match. This would get a plaque for both of them. I'm sure the loser doesn't like it, but right there, Baker now down in the match, but watch this. He's going to escape right here and actually get Morgan momentarily on his back in a minute and take a 6-3 lead. Morgan up 3-0 at this point, and Baker right here puts Morgan to his back, gets up 6-3. Towards the end of the match, almost over, Morgan now will get into a deep double leg situation as Baker doesn't finish the pin right here as the period runs out. Baker on top for Bradley in the black, Morgan in the Cleveland blue. And watch this. Baker with a bear hug. Has the takedown, but gets rolled through right there, and Morgan takes advantage. A 4-point move, which would be the difference. He would win the match 9-6 and subsequently add a tilt right here, which gives Morgan the victory, the upset victory, and big-time seeding in the state tournament advantage as Baker has to face #1 John Lane now in the second match. Well, that would have been Morgan's place in the tournament. So big match. That was a huge match because it ends up putting Baker against Lane early, and Morgan stays on the opposite side at 135. And right here we move to 140 pounds. Michael Cragen, you just saw with a takedown. Going to get another takedown. Tough on his feet this year. He's versus Jameson Cagle of Cleveland, and Jameson Cagle, a pretty good wrestler, but Michael Cragen's had his number, and he's getting some back points. Almost had a pin a couple times right here. Jameson Cagle will finish second. Michael Cragen will finish first. Cragen in the black, Bradley with the bear paw, and Jameson Cagle of Cleveland in the Raider blue. This would be a tech fall right here, 20-4 decision. And I'm going to take him to his back right here, but not quite get the pin, and good call because the pin wasn't quite there. It's still a technical fall at 140 for Michael Cragen. And we move on right, well, one more takedown here, I guess. There we go. That's the technical fall, I believe, right there. That is the, not quite the technical fall. There, oh, here we go. I forgot about the cradle. There we go. Now we got a cradle and technical fall. All right, there it is. There it is. Now, we
forgot about walking the dog, too.
I forgot about walking the dog. There it is. Now we go on to James Jackson at 145 pounds. Here's James Jackson. Looks like to be in deep trouble. Comes back in this match now. Now look at him escape right here. On his back in a headlock. Now tell me how that's tough to do. Hard for anybody to get out of that. Gets out, but then gets headlocked again, but rolls him through. Nice job. Ends up getting the 2 points. So James Jackson out of a predicament there. Did go up in that match. And right here, we're going to show him getting a switch here for some points. Great job. But he does end up getting eked out at the end, so he loses that match. Second place, James Jackson. Now we move on in the sequence here, and we have Cleveland's Derek Harrison versus Dustin Catlett. And watch this. Harrison with a lot of scrambling, but Catlett, last year's state champ at 152, comes back and favored to be state champ at 152 this year. He would end up taking control now. Derek Harrison. Cleveland is also a very good 152-pounder, but first and second in the region right here, you're looking at Dustin Catlett at 152, getting some back points, getting the count right here. Derek Harrison for Cleveland in a tough predicament right there. The good thing is he'll be on the other side of the bracket when it comes to the state tournament. Derek Harrison and Dustin Catlett, and there it is again. Catlett would end up getting a technical fall, I believe, as we get the final count. Now you're going to come up to a guy that's a man, and I'm telling you, he's going to be my pick to probably be the state tournament outstanding wrestler. If you had to pick one, there's so many kids that could get it. I mean, any of those kids that make the finals could get it. But I'm going to make an early pick right here. Quinn Gibson. This guy is just almost untouchable. It's unbelievable how good he is. Major colleges are recruiting him. Just wins, wins, and wins. And there he is, the mighty Quinn. And he's got Jesse Odell of Cleveland going for first and second, and Odell, just look at him shake his head. There's just not much he can do, and Odell's a street fighter. He's a tough kid, but I'm telling you, Quinn Gibson, this guy is just a machine, and he's not been beaten in Tennessee since his freshman year in the finals of the state tournament. He got second to Kevin Ward, who, by the way, was a three-time state champ and now wrestling at Oklahoma State with Rusty Blackman. His only loss, and he's the only guy that took Kevin Ward the full 6 minutes that year. As a freshman, Kevin Ward being a senior. Quinn Gibson, now a junior, won the state last year at 171, and gonna win it at 160, and gonna win it at 160 this year. He's gonna end up getting a pin right here, but this is my pick for outstanding wrestling state tournament. We'll see. Bradley and Cleveland both have some candidates, so, but I think he'll be in it because I don't think anybody's gonna touch him.
Going out on a limb saying that.
I don't think so at all. Quinn Gibson, the mighty Quinn we call him, and he's just a junior. Oh my God, folks, you got to see him again next year. Region champ. I want to show you quite a bit on him because he can wrestle. Great matchup right here. Nathan Jones, a former state champion, second to Quinn Gibson last year at 160 due to an ankle injury, not able to even compete. They did wrestle 3 times though, with Quinn coming out on top. But he's got Bryant Blackman in his weight class this year, and Bryant Blackman's done great things for Bradley this year, but has not been able to master Nathan Jones, who is the odds-on favorite to win the state title. Is Jones bringing Blackman to his back at the end with the decision. And Bryant Blackman, a very good wrestler. Now, that just shows you how tough Nathan Jones is at 171 for Cleveland. All right, we move on now to 215 pounds. We're talking about a tough guy. Look at him, you wouldn't think so, but a great soccer player. Guy can foot movement, runs around that soccer field. One of the guys you don't want to get in the way.
Those legs.
That's right. Josh Bonham is his name. Wrestling the kid from Cookville right here. Favored to win at 215. and I think he will. I'm going to predict a win for Josh Bonham. And how about this? Always undersized, but never out-quicked or out-strengthened. Look at the cut-up body there, Michael Hampton. Upset right here. This kid from Cookeville was favored to win this division. Michael Hampton was probably picked for second. Michael Hampton scrambles his way to a win and a first seed in his foursome in the state tournament, so heavyweight for Cleveland. The best match goes to, as we showed you earlier, Matt Morgan and Jesse Baker at 135 pounds. Best wrestler, well, Quinn Gibson. I don't think there's a lot of question right there that he was pretty much just unstoppable. Second place team in the region, and that goes to Al Miller and the Cleveland Blue Raiders. And the first place team in the region goes to the Bradley Bears and Coach Steve Logston. And I tell you, that was a great weekend. And both these teams and many individuals, there's the Bears posing for pictures, many individuals on both those teams are going to come home with some medals this year. And let's hope there is a lot of first place winners between 4 to 7 Saturday night. You can watch them live 4 in the afternoon to 7 p.m. Fox 61 right after the Daytona time trials. 4 to 7, so let's make sure you catch them as we show you some graphics. Joe, read what happened.
All right, here we go. State qualifier in the region, as we showed you there, 103 pounds. Danny Coleman for Cleveland first, Blake Tinsley for Bradley second, 112, it's Taylor Clement for Cleveland third place, Andy Morris, as we said, for Bradley fourth, 119, Sean Cordell, Bradley first place, Pete Miller for Cleveland coming in second seed, 125, Mark Fuller for Bradley second, and Johnny Ramos for Cleveland third. We move on, 130 pounds, Jake West, Bradley first, Jimbo Nichols for Cleveland fourth. In 135, it's Matt Morgan for Cleveland, first seed. Jesse Baker for Bradley in second. 140, Michael Cragen, which is resemblance to Mike Cragen for some. It's got the same name. That's the only resemblance. For Bradley, first seed. Jamison Cagle for Cleveland, second. 145, James Jackson.
Second. That should read second.
Second. Sorry about that.
And that's for Cleveland.
And that's for Cleveland. James Jackson there. Okay, we move on. 152, and go back to that other one if you can, Rod. What was James Jackson for Cleveland?
He's second.
For and it's also for Bradley. We got him down for Cleveland.
That's what I mean. He's Cleveland.
He is Cleveland. For Bradley, it is Cleveland. All right, you're right. Second. All right, we move on now. 152, Dustin Catlett for Bradley. First seed, Derek Harrison for Cleveland. Second. 160, Quinn, the mighty Quinn Gibson for Bradley first. Jesse Odell, Cleveland second. 171, Nathan Jones, Cleveland first. Bryant Blackman for Bradley second. 189, Josh Cooper for Bradley first seed. That should be second seed. And Drew Helmstetter for Cleveland should be third seed.
That's correct.
So we got a little mix up there too. 215, Josh Bonham, Big Legs, Cleveland first seed. Matt Bailey for Bradley third. Heavyweight, Michael Hampton for Cleveland first seed. As you said, giving away a lot of weight. Sean Grady, I should say, for Bradley third.
And the team standings.
There it is.
I'm going to say team standings. Remember I pointed out the Grady match. 5 points they got for that match. He was losing 237 to 232. Bradley ekes out over Cleveland. And we're going to eke to a commercial, and we'll...
Hi, dessert fellas. We have several homemade pies. Yummy. Pecan pie, blueberry, strawberry cheesecake, my favorite. You got milkshakes, you put a scoop of French vanilla ice cream on top of that. It's not really French.
Want to get a great $6 restaurant burger without the restaurant? The $6 burger, $3.95 at Hardee's.
Checking the cash, checking the cash.
You got a cash emergency, you got a money mayday. We cash your personal check and then we hold it till your payday.
Checking the cash.
You want to get your money in a hurry, in a flash. You want it from a friendly place that's got a lot of class.
Checking the cash, checking the cash.
When you get a money mayday, check into cash.
Welcome back to SportsVision, the magazine.
Checking the cash. Hey, listen, there was a lot of action. We've got to get to it quick. In the elementary basketball leagues, they had all their 10 and under tournaments, the 12 and unders last week, of course, and we were preoccupied with a lot of things we were shooting, so we've got one thing, the 10 and under B division girls basketball game we're going to show you, and it was quite interesting. But first,
Waterville and who?
Waterville and Black Fox. But let's say real quick, our new sponsor, Sterling Point, been on with us 3 or 4 weeks. Their logo crashed on the computer, so we're going to put them up there. You're going to see their name across it. We're going to get that straightened out next week because Courtney and Betty McGrady.
Good developers.
Great people, good developers out there in the Waterville area, out there in the Red Food Drive area, all that stuff out there. Good stuff they're doing. Some surprises coming up in the next few weeks. Let's take a look. Let's go to the basketball game as you watch Sterling Point printed right below there. Check this out. Is this fair? This is a jump ball. Black Fox in the black And, of course, we got Waterville in the red. I mean, what is this? Oh, man, here we go. Watch right here now.
Oh, my goodness.
Rhodes with the block.
Is that Shaquille?
Rhodes just says, you're not going to get this. Blocks it. Watch it. She can dribble, too. Look at her. Comes down to the other end.
Oh, my goodness.
And Rhodes again with the block. And here we go. Next time down, Rhodes for 2. I'm telling you, Randa.
Get a WNBA player.
Watch off the inbounds. Randa Rhodes again. How about that? Easy. 4-0 Black Fox. Waterville now, though. Brianna Avery says, shoot over the top of Rhodes. How about that? Black Fox, Allison Simpson. She can shoot, too. Rhodes isn't the only player. She gets 2. Now watch this. Rhodes, 1 shot. And just a minute. Wait a minute. 2 shots. Wait a minute. No.
Kids,
3 shots. Wait a minute. No. 4 shots. She doesn't score, but just to show you how dominating she was underneath. 6-3 Black Fox and Rhodes at the quarter. Second quarter, Rhodes. Watch this. 1 shot. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. I'll just give it back. 2 shots. Back to me. 3 shots. All right. Next time down, though, off the inbounds, it's Rhodes. It goes in. How about that? On defense, watch this. Rhodes is going to create. Look at this.
Give me that ball, little girl.
She creates a jump ball. Next time down, off the inbounds, Rhodes.
Let's play with your kids in the backyard.
Waterville, though, hits a J. Look at it. Over the top of Rhodes. It's Owenby with the basket.
I think her eyes may have been closed.
Fox, Lydia Scoggins. Watch how excited she gets. Look at this. I made a basket.
Rhodes is going, I do that all the time.
I know. Another out-of-bounds play. Rhodes, look at it. I'm going to put this in. Boom, there it is. And here we go. Simpson out of bounds to Rhodes. Right here, Rhodes. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Simpson now gets it. All right. 16-5 at the half. Second half, Waterville, though, they start to come back. Look at this. Owenby will draw first blood for Waterville as she puts it in. Here we go. Allie Bynum will make one for Waterville. They're coming back. 4 straight. Free throw by Bynum makes it 5 straight. Look at this. And now, here we go. Next time down, the rebound. And there she goes. Rhodes is going to get it. She says, no, it's my ball. Rebecca Garrett.
Get home.
Rebecca Garrett makes it 6 straight with a free throw. She makes it 7 straight with another free throw. So they're back in. Next time down, Rhodes says, I'll stop this, and puts it in. Rhodes to Amber Harris. Harris puts it in. 18-12. Black Fox 6-point lead. 18-12 on 3. Waterville. Bynum with the basket. Nice J. Simpson, another one for Black Fox right there. And Rhodes again for Black Fox. Watch. I put it in the basket. There it is. Avery hits for Waterville as they come back. Now watch this. Torbett for Waterville will get the rebound and put it in. Seconds to go. 4 points down. Rhodes says, I'm going to block it, and I'm going to keep the ball.
Oh, yeah. That's it.
Time runs out. Black Fox 24-20 Waterville. As Rhodes sit there, watch Rhodes kill the clock. Watch this. She's not only going to end the game, she's going to kill the clock. Check it out.
She's going to kill number 5.
There she is. And Sterling's point sponsors this. There, the clock is going to run out.
You know, she's wearing number 23, but Michael Jordan wishes he was that.
That's right. Here we go. Waterville, they're quite happy. They got second. But hey, if you're going up against Rhodes, second's all you're going to get. There's Rhodes, first place. And watch it at the end. It's my trophy. There we go. How about that? 10 and under division.
All right, elementary basketball, boys A division, Arnold beats E.L. Ross 25-14. Girls A division, Oak Grove over E.L. Ross 27-11. We move on to the B division, boys and girls. And
there we go. North Lee 22, Black Fox 16. Girls B division, Black Fox 24, Waterville 20. What's our time over there?
Road show.
Do we have another one? Oh, hey, listen, not to be overlooked, Ocoee Middle, 2 years in a row. Joe Spencer and the Ocoee Middle Colts. The Lady Colts, second year in a row. Yeah. See you at this third state tournament. Got to go.
See you next week.